all you're going to need today is a mat, so let's get started. So if I can invite you to start in a rest pose. So if you have your big toes together at the back, your knees about hip distance apart, bring your bottom down towards your heels, stretch both of your hands out, and then just allow the forehead to find the mat. Now take a couple of deep breaths while you're rested there. Although it's called rest pose, see if you can maintain some level of activity in your body. So what I mean by that is space out all of your fingers, have your arms long, press into the floor quite firmly, and then curve your lower back. So I want you to think of almost drawing your waistline up and away from your thighs. Now let's take a few more deep breaths. So in through the nose, gently out through the mouth. 2 more times, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then last one coming. And then as you inhale, begin to lift your face and look towards your fingers. Step your hands to the left-hand side of your mat and then let your body just soften back down into that stretch. Now, because of this change in position, let's breathe into the right side of your body or the right side of your rib cage. Imagine that right side is trying to fan open or fan out. And then as you inhale, begin to lift the face. And then let's step the hands across to the opposite side of your mat and then allow the body to soften down. So again, breathe into that left side of your ribcage. Try and fan out the ribs on that left side. And then let's step our hands back into the centre, sinking the body down just for one more moment. Now as you breathe out, draw the waist up away from your thighs. Start to curve your body forward as if you're moving through a cat stretch. Lengthen your spine forward, and at this point you're wanting your shoulders directly over the wrists. Keep the face looking forward as you take the hips back, and then inhale as you release your forehead back down to the mat. So let's breathe out, lift the body, curve. Take the shoulders over the wrists, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, taking the bottom back towards your heels, and then release the forehead to the mat. So what you're looking for here, and in particular when you're in this phase of the movement, is we want to be avoiding sinking our bottom down, how I'm showing you at the moment. So keep that lift of your hips, and instead think of reaching the chest through the 2 arms. And then let's curve the body back, taking the forehead to the floor, and then breathe out, lifting the body up. Bringing the shoulders over the wrists so we can inhale and lengthen. Exhale, guiding the hips back. And then inhale, releasing the forehead to the mat. One more time, exhale, curve. Inhale, lengthen the body. Exhale, guiding your hips back. And then releasing all the way down, holding there for a moment. Now start to walk your hands towards your knees. Now you can either sit on your heels, or if that feels uncomfortable on the knees or the ankles, just lift yourself up so that you're taking the pressure off the body there. With the hands, interlace your fingers and then just start to roll your hands. So rolling out, warming up the wrists. And then reverse that direction, which might feel very awkward. It feels awkward for me. And then stretch both of the hands and the arms forward. And then let's release it there. Now space out all of your fingers, come into an all-4 position, and then press the feet and the shins down into the mat behind you. Keep a lengthened spine and a long neck, and then as we inhale, we're going to start to bend our elbows towards our thighs and lower our chest. As we exhale, we press all the way back up. So these are your tricep presses, and in order to get the most out of the movement, the key is where are your elbows going. So if they're going wide, you're going to work into the chest. But for this specific movement, we're trying to take those elbows back so that you're actually working into the back of the arms and back of the shoulders. Let's go for 4 more together. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you press. Inhale, lower, keeping the neck long, watching that the head doesn't drop towards the floor. Last 2. And last 1. Now once you're all the way to the top, start to step yourself forward so you're at the top end of your mat. Bring your ankles behind you, come over to your bottom, and then let's take our feet forward. Now with the feet position, if we can have the feet hip distance apart, and then let's send our arms out nice and long. Now the arm bones, we're going to draw them back into our shoulders and be broad in our collarbones. Now we inhale here, and then as we exhale, we start at our tailbone. We begin to roll that back, and then continue rolling back until you're about halfway. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, curve your body forward, coming all the way back to the knees. And then re-stacking your spine up tall. Breathe in. Breathe out, start at the tailbone, roll the body back. This time as you're holding, inhale, but raise the two arms. Lower the arms, curve yourself forward, exhale. Inhale, re-stacking the spine. Keep moving through, exhale, roll it away. Inhale, taking the hands up. Lowering the arms, exhaling, curving forward, and re-stacking the spine. So try as you're moving through to keep both of your feet down onto the floor. So I would be focusing on the heels rather than my toes going down. Keep going with the arm option. Otherwise you can drop back to the variation that I'm demonstrating where I'm not using the arms. So you've got that option there still to be lifting the arms, lowering them, and then coming back, and that's going to give you that extra challenge on the abdominals. Now last one there, let's roll the spine back. We breathe in, we either pause or raise the arms. We exhale, we curve the body forward, and then we re-stack the spine. Now stay with me, let's start to roll the spine back and down to the mat. And then once you get there, adjust your feet so they're not too far away, and then let's press our hands down into the mat. Rest the head, the neck, and let's energize the arms into the floor as we inhale. Exhale, start to imprint the spine and begin rolling your spine up and off the mat. Now inhale as you hold at the top, and then exhale, begin to release the spine down. Breathe in, relaxing the bottom, and then breath out, engaging internally, gently through pelvic floor, rolling your spine up. Inhale as you hold, and then exhale as you're melting the spine all the way down. Now let's flow through with our pelvic curl together. We're going to aim for another 6 here. Breathe in, pause, and then breathe out, releasing it down. And just make your focus today flowing through, so you want to keep your body moving. Trying not to lose the technique on the way, so we're rolling our spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae or bone by bone, whatever works for you. 4 more to go. Just keeping the body moving so that if I was to come over and see your body moving, I wouldn't quite know where you started the movement or where you're finishing the movement. Two more to go. Keep pressing the hands, lightly drawing the heels to the bottom as you're rolling up, keeping those legs active. And on this last one that we're coming into together, let's hold our bridge position. And then I invite you with the bridge just to lower the hips a touch so that you're not quite at your full lift. And then roll your bottom under. So I want you to think of your tailbone actually reaching to the back of your kneecaps, and then the pubic bone at the front sinking down into your belly button. So rolling under. Now hold that position, keeping the intensity in the back of the legs, and then we inhale. As we exhale, balance into the left leg, and then float the right one up into your tabletop, and let's hold that together. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg down. Now take a moment, reshape the body, so curve your hips under, hold that position, balance into the right leg, and then as you breathe out, lift the left one. So strong arms, strong right leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. one, releasing the left leg. Now let's roll our hips up as high as we can go. Inhale, and then exhale, melt the spine down. We're going to come up for one more set together. We breathe in, breathe out, rolling your spine up. Now when you get to your top range, let's lower the hips slightly, and then in the air, can we tuck or roll our hips under, and then melt the pubic bone in towards the belly button. Now balance into your left leg, float the right one, and we hold it together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the right leg. Reset, roll your pelvis under, and then let's balance, float the left leg, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the leg, and then let's start to melt the spine all the way down. Now once the bottom is on the floor, hug both of your knees into your chest, and then gently rock your body from side to side. Replace both of your feet down onto the mat, hip width apart. Raise your hands, interlace your fingers, and then as you lift your head, you're going to place your hands behind your head, and then elbows come to the peripheral. Now we breathe in here, and then as we breathe out, we're chest lifting up, looking at our kneecaps. As we inhale, we release it. Floating the right leg. So as we chest lift up, we float the right leg to tabletop, and then we inhale as we release it down. Changing legs, exhale, lift, lifting the left leg, and then releasing it down. So what I'm after is you're moving through. Try and stay as steady and stable as you can in your pelvis. So feeling the back of the pelvis heavy on the mat at all times, and equally weighted between your right and your left side. And just continue moving through. Today's focus is I just want you to keep moving. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. 3 more. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Last set. Right leg, heavy the head in the hands. And then last one on that left side. Releasing the body down to the mat. Setting for your spine twist by bringing your arms to 45. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, float the right leg, followed by your left to tabletop. And then let's glue the feet together there. Now you've got the option with your lower back to either keep your natural curve, but if there's any discomfort, what I suggest is gently draw your waist in, and then let's flatten the lower back slightly into the mat. Now as you inhale, twist the lower waist to the right, taking your knees that way. And then exhale as you come back to the center. Then inhale over to the left, taking your knees that way. Exhaling back to the center. Now as you're moving through, maintain the shoulder connection onto the mat and minimize the lift of the rib cage. And that's a tricky one, especially if we're feeling a little bit tight today. So having the intention of the ribs staying stuck to the floor if possible. And then last one over to your left side. Now once you're back into the center, let's release just the left leg to the floor, keeping your right leg in a tabletop position. Now with your 2 hands, re-lift them, interlace your fingers, pop them back behind your head, and then elbows lift to the peripheral. Now we breathe in here. As you breathe out, set your neck alignment and start to lift your body up, but this time you're going to hold it, taking an inhale. Now as you exhale, the right knee comes towards your chest as you twist your upper body and try to touch the knee and the elbow, and then we come back into the center. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow, and then back to the center. Now there's 2 things that I'd like you to watch out for. Make sure that the left hip isn't lifting off the floor. So stay grounded on that left side and through that left leg. The other thing I want you to watch is that the left elbow isn't coming over your face. So in order to reach the knee, I want you to twist your rib cage and lift your chest. One more time. Lift the chest, twist, and then release everything down to the floor. Taking an inhale, resting for a moment. Exhale, lift the left leg, come into your chest lift position, and let's hold there. Now as you exhale, twist your upper body and the knee comes towards the elbow, and then you release that out. So again, what I'm looking for is that your bottom doesn't lift on that right side, stay stable on that side, and that the right elbow doesn't come over your face. What's important is you keep your frame open and twist your upper body, lifting the chest off the floor. Last two. It's actually really hard to talk while I'm doing this, just so you know. And then coming back into the center, and then let's release together all the way down. Now bring both of your arms long by the side of your body. Send your left leg long. And then with your right leg, you're going to lift that. Now what we're doing here is we want the knee to be straight. So if you're feeling quite tight in your hamstring, just move the leg forward slightly so you're on an angle. That way you can still achieve the straight leg. Now let's point our toes towards the ceiling and do that on both of your feet, pressing the left leg down into the floor. Now as you inhale, start to lower your right leg so that it finishes just off the mat. Then flex your foot so the toes are reaching to the ceiling, and then raise your leg back up, keeping your knees straight. Point your toes, lower your leg down, hovering just off the mat. Flex your foot, and then begin to lift the leg back up. So let's repeat this together 3 more times. So you'll be feeling the muscles in the front of the thigh. So we're strengthening those guys. And then at the back of the leg, you'll be feeling the stretch. 1 more time to go. And then releasing the right leg all the way down, swapping your legs over. So just start by lifting the left leg, hold it stationary, make sure your knee is bent, straight, my apologies, and adjust your angle if you need to. Now from there, we inhale, we lower the left leg, we flex our foot, and then we raise the leg. Point to lower, inhale, and then flex to raise, exhale. Inhale, lower, exhale, raise. 3 more together there. Last one. And then releasing the left leg all the way down to the floor. Squeeze both of your legs together. Raise your hands up. And then what I'm after here is that take your hands back, but let's see if we can keep the back of our rib cage down on the floor. Now lift your head up slightly to meet your arms, and then squeeze your head with your arms. I know that sounds a little bit strange. If you need to interlock your thumbs, you can. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift just that top part of your chest. Keep drawing your tummy in nice and strong. Squeeze your legs. Keep holding, keep breathing. Strong position. 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. Releasing the body, coming all the way down and releasing the arms. Now let's lay onto our left hand side. And if you can set yourself up so that your heels are in line with your bottom, you've got a slight lift of the underside waist and the right hand is rested down on your mat. Now imagine here for a moment that the back of your head, the back of your hips and your heels are all up against the exact same wall. So that's the alignment that you're looking for here. Now the feet, can we lift them just away from the mat? And at the moment we've got the feet and the knees together. Now we inhale as we hold. As we exhale, we lift the top knee, squeezing the heels together to create the diamond shape in the legs. Now let's move through. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. You've got 6 to go, keeping the midsection of your body nice and strong, imagining that you've got cling wrap or a corset around that midsection. Last 4 to go. Making sure that the hips aren't rolling because you've got your wall behind you. Now in a moment when you come to this last one, you're going to lift the top knee and hold it there. Now from this position, start to extend your leg without your thigh changing shape, and then bend the knee, heels come together. So we exhale, we extend, inhale as we bend. You've got 4 to go. Making sure that the kneecap isn't facing the floor. We either want it parallel or slightly turned up to the ceiling. Last 3. And 2. Last one coming. Heels come back together and then release both of your knees down. Now the top leg, if you can lift that and reach for your ankle. Now if that's not possible for you, you're welcome to grab a skipping rope or a towel, something you can loop around your ankle, and then reach your knee away from you. So reach the knee directly away from the head, so that you're actually feeling that stretch down the front of your thigh on that right side. Keep drawing the heel to the bottom and then gently pressing both the hip bones forward. 3 more breaths there. 2, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one. And then releasing that leg. Now send both of your legs out long so they're together. And I want you to imagine that you're a tin soldier. So what I mean by that is you're going to squeeze all the muscles in your legs, squeeze your legs together, hug your waist in, and then lengthen out through the crown of the head so everything is active. Now breathe in, prepare, and then breathe out. Keep the strength in the legs and hover the legs just up and off the mat. Inhale as you lower them back down. And again, exhale, squeeze the muscles in the legs, strong legs, and then inhale as you release it back down. And we have 4 to go. And release. 4, 3. And release. Last 2, breathe out, lift. And release. And final one there. And releasing. Now I invite you to roll on over so we can do the other side. And I am just going to guide myself over so that you can still see me. Now, have your heels back in line with your bottom, laying down on your right arm. And then let's set our underside waist already so we've got a bit of space there. Left hand comes down onto the mat. We start with the legs together but lifting the heels off the floor. Now breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, lift the leg. Inhale, lower. So we're going to keep moving through. We've got 8 to go. Our heels stay together the whole way through. And we're imagining that we're up against our brick wall. So that's our head, our shoulders, our bottom, our feet. And 5, release. Exhale, 4, release. Last 3, release. And 2, last one, lift the leg, hold it there, ready to extend. Breathe out, extend your leg. Breathe in, bend your knee. Breathe out, extend your leg. Breathe in, bend your knee. So again, making sure that that knee doesn't change its angle. We're trying to avoid it turning down towards the floor. Last 2. And last one coming. Heels come together and then releasing the legs all the way down. Reach for the left ankle. Let's stretch out the thigh on the left side. So you're reaching your knee away from your head. Hip bones, press them forward slightly so that your pelvis or your hips are even. And then let's take 3 more slow deep breaths together. Last 2. And last 1. Releasing the leg. Now setting up in your tin soldier where your leg muscles are active, abdominals are in, underside waist is lifted, crown of the head reaches away, and everything is on. Breathe in, breathe out, hover both legs, inhale, lower. So when you're doing this movement, I encourage you to be reaching the heels long and away from you. At this point in time, don't worry too much about how high the legs are going. Just keep that length as your focus, as well as that lifting of your underside waist. And we have 3 to go together. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last 2. Exhale, lift. And lower. Last 1. And then releasing all the way down. Now let's come on to our tummy. And if you can have your toes untucked, lay yourself down and then bring your arms down by the side of your body. Now hover your nose just over your mat and let the shoulders drop for the moment down into the mat. Now your hips, you're going to press them into the floor so you're somewhat active. Be strong in your legs, and then we breathe in As we breathe out, begin to lift the shoulders up and off the mat, but you'll notice that my body's not lifting and my hands are staying on the floor. And then inhale, lower. So you're lifting just your shoulders, keeping your fingertips touching the floor. And then have the sense of length in your body, so you're stretching your chest forward, your body forward. And then lightly squeezing those shoulder blades towards the spine. Now the next time you lift your shoulders, hold that position. Now let's over-exaggerate the squeeze as much as we can. And then release off that squeeze slightly, so you just feel quite broad across your body. Now as you inhale, you're holding. And then as you exhale, start to lift the fingers off the floor and hover your chest slightly higher. Keep the lower abdominals gently drawing in, the legs are active. Taking 5 more slow deep breaths. 4, 4. And 3. 4, 2. And last breath there. And then releasing all the way down. And then we reset. So as we inhale, we hold. Exhale, lift the shoulders. Hover the body, the hands. Come as high as you can this time where there's no discomfort in the back. Feeling the upper back active, the lower back relaxed. And then releasing the body down. 2 more times. Lift the shoulders. Hover your body, strong legs. Pause for just a moment. And then release it down. 1 more time. Lift, hover. Now this time I invite you to float your legs off the floor as well. So focusing here on using the crease of the bottom to lift the legs. Roll your collarbones open and then slightly lift the face so you're looking towards the top end of your mat. And just keep holding, keep breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, releasing it all the way down. Bringing your shoulders towards your chest, lift your body up and coming into your rest pose. Big toes touch, knees are apart, dropping the bottom to the heels and releasing the forehead. As you breathe in, lift your chest, coming to the top end of your mat if you're not there already. And then let's set for an all-4 position. So fingers are spaced, we're soft in our elbows and lifting out of our shoulders. Now tucking the toes under for this variation, and let's inhale. And then exhale, begin to wrap your tail, curve your lower back, and allow your head to drop. Breathe in, breathe out, release your tailbone. Gently arch the spine, and then we float the face so we're looking forward. Breathe in. Breath out, roll the tailbone, curve the body, breathe in, release, and then breathe out, rolling the spine, coming all the way through. So I'm going to give you a few moments in silence for you to do a few more, just taking your time. Last one there, you guys. Now, once you're back to the extended position, level out your face so you're looking down, and then just round that lower part of your back. So how you're going to do that is imagine that your tailbone is wrapping between your bottom cheeks and drawing towards the floor. And then inhale, release it. So what you're going to find is that the movement will be fairly small, and we're minimizing any movement in the shoulders and the upper part of the back. Now, let's roll the hips under and hold them there, taking an inhale. And then as you exhale, lift your knees so that you're loading your shoulders. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then releasing your knees all the way down. Reset, breathe in, and then breathe out, curve the lower back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hover your knees, lift it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. and then releasing your knees all the way down. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, curve the lower back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hover. Holding this time 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the knees. Now, with your knees, you're actually going to take them back slightly so that you end up in a front support position. So what you're looking for here is that your shoulders are still roughly over your wrists, your knees are bent, feet together, and we're drawing our waistline gently in. Now you're going to feel most of this in the hands, the wrist and the shoulders. So can you press away from the floor so you're keeping everything strong and protected? Keep holding, keep breathing. Two more breaths. Keep long through your neck. Last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then begin to tuck your toes and then release by bringing your knees back forward, moving into your pike. We inhale. Exhale, start to round your spine, lift your bottom and coming up into your pike. Now bend your knees a little, reach your sit bones to the ceiling and keep opening up your shoulders. Think of squeezing the shoulders down towards the ears a little so the neck can be long. Now with the right leg, try and straighten that leg, but keep the left knee really bent and then change that. So press the left heel down, bend the right knee. And we're going to walk through this for 4 and 3, for 2 and last one. Now bend both of your knees quite generously there. Begin to step your hands towards your feet until you're in your forward fold. Allow your head to go heavy and let's take an inhale. And then exhale, gently draw the waist up. Begin to roll your spine all the way up to the top. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, nod your chin and rolling the spine all the way back down. Breathe in as you hold. Breathe out, draw the waist up, tailbone goes down, and you're rolling the spine all the way up. Inhale, and then exhale, nodding the chin, peeling the spine down. Inhale as you hold, last time, and then exhale, rolling the spine up. Now when you get to the top, place your 2 hands onto your hips. And you can stay where you are. I'm just adjusting so that you can see me still. So once the hands are on the hips, just check your feet are hip width apart. And then breathe out so that you can raise to your tippy toes here. And then inhale as you release. Exhale, raise to your toes. And inhale, release. So focusing firstly on your balance. And then secondly, challenge yourself to go quite high. Really pressing that big toe or the ball of the big toe into the mat there. And you have 5 to go. Exhale, raise. Place your heels down. For 4 and release. 3, release. Last 2, release. Final one, lift and hold it there. And then just keep holding, keep breathing for me. And then test yourself by closing your eyes. I want you to see if you can stay as still as you can with your eyes closed. Try and stay balanced. And then gently open the eyes and release your heels. From here, inhale, raise your hands to the ceiling, lift to your tippy toes. And then exhale, release your arms and your feet. One more time. And then releasing your body.